Hey, this is Glendon. We're making money with storage unit auctions. The title of this story, The Urban Pack Leader. If you've ever watched the show, The Dog Whisperer, Caesar has this accent, it's just so funny. And when I bought this unit, I thought of him. This was one of those days where the clampets were giving me the blues and freaking bidding me out of the water on everything I got. And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to get some shit. If it's expensive, I'm just going to get it. So I got some units, and at the end of the day, we come up across this huge freaking unit. It's a 10 by 30. Door goes up, and nothing but dog food. I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, and you know how dog food smells. So there's a whole freaking unit of dog food. And I'm just like, what the hell? So I am not interested. And I just go ahead and go back to the crowd to watch what's about to happen. Because, at the time I was a neophyte. I didn't know a lot. And I'm like, freaking dog food. And, Mom clapping, she goes over there. It's all expired. This one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And the dog food was situated on pallets from the front to the back. And there was like 3 pallets across the front, and she, did her little thing. Yeah, it's all expired. You can't sell this shit, can't spell it. Psh, don't want it. And she walked off, and after that, it was like the de facto, oh, I don't want it. Then something just said, make the manager an offer. So after everyone walked away, I went up to the manager and I said, look, I'm a newbie, right? You're trying to get what you can get because I needed a favor from this guy. And I said, look, if you give me 30 days, I'll clean that out for you. Because here's a tip. When the storage facility has to have their unit cleaned out by waste removal specialists, it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. And he's like, so he wrote it down. He said, give me $1 to make it clean. And, he gave me 30 days. So I just put that at the end. So I cleaned out the units that I bought that Mark Clampett had run the shit out of me. And, it was like, it wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible because I was clearly going to make money on everything, but I would have made a better profit if she hadn't bit the shit out of me. So at the end of the month, I go back to the park leader. And I get in there and I start moving stuff. And, at this one point, regret is building all up in my every fiber, every cell, every blood vessel was like, why did I do this? Because a 40-pound bag of dog food is very heavy. It's very heavy. And there was a lot of dog food in there. And I was just like, man, I gotta throw this stuff away. I gotta donate it. Start thinking, man, well, first of all, before I could come up with a plan on how I'm gonna get rid of this stuff, I need to know exactly what I have. So I go back and I strategize before I moved anything, because once you get into it, I say, okay, Mark Clampett said this stuff expired. So I go back up there and I'm like looking at it, and I look at the little label, because sometimes, expiration dates are hard to read because they're printed on with dot matrix printers. And I'm looking at this stuff, it's like, this isn't expired. And it was IAM, IAMS, I think that's how you pronounced it. It's like, really? And I was like, So I take a picture of it, and I write down some serial numbers, and then I go back home. The stuff's going for $35 to $65 a bag on eBay. Yeah, you heard me right. So at that point, it's like, I do what I need to do. I start pulling that stuff out. I took pictures, and each pallet had a different brand with different ingredients. And I just started, I was like, but the thing is, with that, the killer was the shipping. So I had to go to FedEx, and I worked out a deal, and I had a hookup, and I started putting this stuff on eBay. $100 for 2 bags of dog food, free ship. They were like, that stuff was going like hotcakes. It was going all over the country. It was ridiculous, and the unit was not just full of dog food. Once you got past the first few layers, there was other pallets of stuff, but it wasn't dog food. It was kind of like packaging stuff, because this guy was a manufacturer's rep. Then I got back there, and there was dog leashes, and there was dog bowls, and then there was chew toys and all this other stuff. Long story short, a unit that I regretted buying that I got for next to nothing ended up making me about 15 grand. This is another case of it doesn't have to be exciting. It doesn't have to be a collectible. It doesn't have to be some little weird little item that grandma so-and-so who came across on the fucking Mayflower and left to Sally, May, Joe, Bean, whoever, that is valuable. Value comes in so many different shapes and sizes. And that was one of my first jackpot units. And I was like, I didn't know, I almost didn't get it. If I wasn't in a bind and I needed the help of the manager, I never would have bought that unit, nor would I have ever learned how freaking expensive dog food is. And this guy, like I said, he was a manufacturer's rep. He was repping a lot of lines, and that's something else. If you can get a unit of a manufacturer's rep, and I've gotten many, because these guys have territories. They may have 2, 3, 4, 5 states, and they need a central location to store their stuff. And in some cases, you may have a manufacturing rep, and they may have 3, 4, 5 units around town. That's wild, but that's another story. But I'm just letting you know, a lot of folks are kind of keyed in on the wrong thing. Is anything that you can buy, anything that you can get out of a storage unit and sell for more than 3 times your money, you are in a great position. I think we've come to a point where people, if they don't get 100, I buy it for $1 and make $100. Oh God, I wasted my time. No, if you bought it for $1 and you made $10, you are ahead of the game. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Think about it. But that was one of the weird things about the business, because the more you buy, the luckier you become, and the more that you learn. And understand, this did not happen in a week. And I know some of you are going, oh no, you could have found a wholesaler and just got like a big chunk of money. Stop thinking like that. Sometimes you need to take your time and do the work. Stop looking for the easy flip. That is what's killing so many people in this business. They get in and they work for really hard for 30 days, and then day 60 it's like, ooh, this shit's kind of hard. Then day 90, man, I don't know. Then day 120, fuck this shit, I ain't doing this no more, man. That's for the birds. Ain't nothing there but roaches and rats and bird shit, and I don't want to do this anymore. And that is the story of the human condition. Start off with a great deal of energy and enthusiasm, and then when the going gets rough, you get the fuck on. That's what happens. I'm telling you. I don't care if it's storage auctions. I don't care if it's some class you're taking in college. Stick with it till you get to the other side. That is the thing, because I see some of these comments, and I talk to a lot of people, and this is what's happening. People are going out, and they're coming out for a week or two, and they're like, this ain't for me. And the reason is it's freaking hard work. And that's one of the reasons that third world countries, I don't know if you just knew this, but South America recently replaced the UK as an economy. That's right, the UK is behind South America in terms of world economies. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, because we have people who become fat, lazy, and overly expectant on, hey, I breathe, therefore I should have a good life. No, you should not. That is not part of the Declaration of Independence. It's the pursuit of happiness. That pursuit means action. That means you're getting up and going out and doing something. It's not that you're sitting at home and the happiness is going, here boy, happiness, come here, happy. Where art happiness? Happy. All right, somebody stole my happy. All right, we need to get some poster board, and we're gonna do a reward. I got 50. What you get? No. Like I had to learn, you need to see things through the end. So if you get into this business, give yourself a year, part-time. I'm not saying go ahead and spend your mortgage money, anything like that, but actually put some time and effort into it. If you do that, you will see some returns. I cannot make you any guarantees other than this. You'll get more out of it if you put more into it. All right, this is Glendon with Making Money with Storage Unit Auction.